here we go. We're going to talk about how to use the follow curve function so that you can engrave surfaces on a ring. There are two basic follow curve functions, follow curve on rotary and follow curve on flat. Because of the type of ring we're dealing with here, we're going to do follow curve on rotary. I can see that I missed one curve, that one right there, and I'm going to change all the curves over to a different layer. Once I turn off the ring layer, I should have the same pattern in 4 places, and I do. I will also turn off the finger rail. This is important. Finger rail and creation rail, any curve, open or closed, can be used to do follow curve. And that means any curve that you don't want, that you inadvertently pick up, will get milled and make a mess of your model. So there's our model. Now, the way to do this is to grab all of these and type the word group. And my fingers aren't doing too good today. There we go, group. And now I click on any one curve, I pick up the entire group. That makes it much easier to manipulate the curves once we get into the Revo Builder. So, with everything turned on, there's our model. Let's assume we're going to do this as strictly a rotary model on a tube of wax. It's in the correct orientation for doing that. So we go to our builder. We go to our Revo C Builder. It says put your model in the box. You bet. It picks up the ring rail size, which is a size 11, and we're going to do rotary. Now, we have the option of either not hollowing it or hollowing it out. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do a non-hollow just to show you the difference. Has no effect on the follow curve function. We go next. It says we're going to do this on a 26mm solid stick. Fine. We go down here and we find our 10-degree light blue cutter. We're going to stay at fine, and we go next. Now, at this point, we have got our standard rotary cut. And all it's going to do is mill out around, and we're done. Now, if you wanted nice square edges, that would be the perfect way to do it. We would do that with the 032 cutter. So let's just go ahead and throw that in there. 032 black. There we are. And you have to hit set. Now, that's going to cut all the way around, but we don't want to engrave it with the 032 cutter because we're going to have a really big, deep hole. So we have to come up here to where it says add on this line. And we are going to see that you have flat on chuck, that's the horizontal, rotary on chuck, that's your vertical, flat on chuck vertical, that's where you can do flat work, follow curve flat, that's where you do curves on a flat surface such as a signet ring face or the side of a ring, or in this case follow curve rotary. Now when we punch into here, we're going to see that it says use the Revo 6 degree. I don't want to use the 6 degree. I can change to anything. We can use a dark blue. Gives you a real nice cut. And now here's where having these grouped pays off. We come up here, we grab that, and we throw those in. Now, the current setting is drop depth below curve 0 millimeters because the curves are on the very surface of the ring. And I cut in 0 millimeters. That basically says I'm going to cut in 0 millimeters into the ring. I'm not going to get anything. A value that works out very well with a 10 degree or the 6 degree cutter is a 0.5 millimeter. So put in 0.5. Now, what I'm going to do is stop the movie, make the toolpath, come back and show you what this is all about. Alright, that didn't take very long. Here we are. We come in here. This is the toolpath for the 032 cutter. Cutting over and back, you're going to get really nice square edges just like you designed it on the ring. And if we zoom in, you can see where it goes over, moves over a notch, comes back across. That's 0.03 of a millimeter right there. That's your step over. Okay, well, that's cool. There's your ring. It's done. Pretty. No engraving. Now we come down to follow curve. Two things are going to happen. This is going to be a separate load part. The machine's going to stop and ask you to change the 10 degree to the 10 degree cutter from the 032. In other words, you're going to go from the black cutter to the dark blue cutter. Now, as you look at this, you're going to see this pinwheel looking thing, wagon spoke. The mill will come down, make a cut, withdraw, rotate, and then rotate back. That's to set the belts in the A axis for maximum accuracy so that these curves all end up right where you wanted them to be. If I turn off the STL, you can see there's the 0.5 millimeter deep. That's a 1/2 millimeter in matrix space, and that's how much deeper it's going to plunge in, cut, come back out. This is a cool thing to watch. It's about 5 minutes worth of milling there, maybe 3. It's really fun to watch the machine do it because it pulls out, moves back, pushes over, goes back in. Looks kind of crazy, does a really great job. The other thing is, when you're done milling this, you may have wax packed in those grooves. All you have to do is go back and load the second part and run it another time, and it will cut that material out a second time. Won't go any deeper, won't make the grooves any wider, but it will help remove anything that's packed in there. This works on all rotary. The auto flip flat basically behaves just exactly the same way. Please do not get your ring rail added in as a curve. The mill will follow the ring rail and it will cut your ring in half. I have done it. Swear by it. It works every time.